V1. Rotate.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Flight Sim 008 video with Fly UK. The footage you're watching was from one of our weekly Vatsim event flights. This week was Sion in the Austrian Alps to Tivat in Montenegro. Duration about an hour and 40 minutes, and extremely scenic at both ends. One of the things I enjoy most about flying with a virtual airline is the sense of community. I've made many friends working up the ranks at Fly UK, and that's one of the biggest aspects keeping me in the hobby. And that kind of ties into what I wanted to talk about today with all of you: community. There are those of you who have been with me on this channel since very early on, when I was just getting to grips with filming and editing my videos. Recently though, there's been more and more new faces and names around here. I wanted to take the time to say welcome and bring you up to speed with what I'm hoping to do with this channel. It started out as a bit of a pet project, documenting my journey with Fly UK. Also, I had developed an unhealthy habit of refreshing the forums, waiting for the next hotly anticipated aircraft or scenery to be released. Seriously, it was problematic. So I decided to relax and enjoy everything I already had. Looking back at my childhood with FS95 and doing laps of Chicago in the default aircraft, we've come a long way in flight simulation. We're ridiculously spoiled with our choices of fantastic aircraft and scenery these days. Whether it's FSX, P3D, or X-Plane, quality add-ons are abundant no matter what or where we fly. Okay, so I started a series about 8 months ago called Class E to ATP. It documents my adventures working up the ranks of Fly UK. We started off in the Q400, and through the course of 26 episodes, we explored the UK and mainland Europe. We worked our way up to Captain, then FO on the 737-700, then the 800, and the A320. That's a series I had a lot of fun with, and fully intend to get back to in the near future. This channel isn't meant to be an advertisement for Fly UK though, and flying with a VA isn't for everyone. I just really enjoy spending my time with them, and thought I'd share it with you. Recently I've also covered dealing with hardware upgrades. We took the old iFly 747 out for a spin, and covered initial impressions of Aerosoft Frankfurt V2. My point is, I try to do videos on whatever has me really excited to fly. I like to believe that makes for the most entertaining version of me, and translates to overall better channel content. I also have a full-time job that isn't YouTube, so pardon me if a few weeks go by with nothing new to watch. I also tend to spend a lot of time in and around the Alps, and, well, I think the reason is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I'm watching this in post, but wow, is it ever beautiful. So yeah, getting back to community. I'm all over the place, I know. That was my goal in continuing this channel. We all have different skill and knowledge levels in this hobby. Working in the real-world aviation industry, I may know things you don't, and vice versa. So here's a place where we can share that information. I never intended to chase likes or subscribers. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even entirely sure why likes are so important with YouTube. I'm rambling again, I'm sorry. Anyways, I wanted to create a place that sim pilots of all backgrounds and experience levels could come and hang out. The comment section down below is where I get back everything I put into these videos. I really enjoy interacting with all of you and getting feedback about where I'm going and what I'm doing. Welcome to the Croatian coast of the Adriatic Sea. If you've never flown around here before in the sim, I highly recommend it. We've got Dubrovnik behind us, and then Split just a bit further back. The east coast of Italy is off to our right, and further ahead is Albania, and then Greece. Now, as with the departure back in Austria, the terrain you're seeing is courtesy of FreeMesh X, and the textures are Orbx OpenLC Europe. I don't have any scenery for our destination of Tivat, but recently a company called SkyHighSim has made available all of their scenery for free, Tivat being one of them. I wish it was under better circumstances for them, but either way, I'll link their website in the description below. I didn't have enough time to download and install it, but it's definitely on my list of things to do. Because of the terrain you're seeing, the approach into Tivat is interesting on both ends. The NDB approach for runway 14 ends with a spectacular visual right turn to final, but due to the weather, our gang has opted for the 20-degree offset localizer for runway 32. Alright, well, we're getting ready for our loc approach, runway 32, so I'll leave you with that and my final thoughts at the end. Once again, I want to thank all of you for your kind words, and welcome to everyone who's new around here. Yes, I want to get back into Class E to ATP Season 2, and yes, I'll be doing more videos outside that envelope as well. If you have any questions, want to enlighten me on something maybe I don't know, or just want to say hi, leave a comment below. Alright, autopilot's coming out, my aircraft, my controls. So we're just using the localizer for our guidance right now, our lateral guidance, left-right. We don't have vertical guidance in terms of an ILS, in terms of a glide slope, so we'll just continue it down nice and easy here. And so we'll use the localizer for our lateral guidance for now, and then a little bit later on, once we get visual with the runway, we'll continue the approach visually. You can see on my ND we've got terrain up on my side as the master, and the weather's over on the FO side, because terrain is really the biggest factor on this approach, weather not being a factor. So the visibility is pretty good, and I already have a visual with the runway here. No problem with that. We'll bring our flaps down to 30 and reduce our speed down to our approach speed. The runway is clear. I just got confirmation from the last pilot who just vacated. So we're visual now. We're basically just going to scooch over here a little bit further to the right, and then it's going to be a left hook short final, and then ease it in. I love flying like this because, I mean, it just takes it out of, you know, a straight-in approach that you normally do at the bigger European airports. Scooching just a little bit further over to the right now and pitching down, we ended up a little bit high and a little bit over to the left. That's kind of a result. I don't know if anybody or if everybody realizes, but I mean, most, if not all, of these shots are usually taken live. So that shot that you just saw from the side there, that was basically me hand flying it and switching views really quickly, and then I kind of edit it to make it look a little bit nicer. This promises not to end well, but I'm just going to scooch over here and turn off the GPWS terrain override. We're visual now, so not a factor. Yeah, it's not easy. I go back and I do what I call glamour shots, you know, to get some of the nicer ones. But most of what you see, most of the footage you see in my videos is basically hand flying it and setting up the views in advance and kind of just being one step ahead in that respect. So we're going to start our left-hand turn here gently. And keep an eye on those VASI lights, getting 2 whites now. We'll try to bring that down to 1 red, 1 white. And continue our gentle left-hand turn. 500 is checked. And you can see how, even without add-on scenery, this whole area is absolutely stunning in terms of the visuals you get in the sim. So, I mean, I definitely really have to get on to downloading that add-on scenery and flying here a little bit more often. So, short final, we're going to straighten out here in just a second. We've got one red and 1 white. As the GPWS calls out our radio altitude. There we go. Just straightening it out a little bit. Everything's looking good. I'm liking this. There's the touchdown zone, those big fat bars on either side of the runway. And yeah, I'm going to float it over that. Come on, get down. Ah, there we go. Alright, not terrible. Just past the touchdown zone. And we'll get the reversers out. Welcome to sunny Tivat, Montenegro. All of our friends made it down safely as well, and we all really enjoyed the flight. Appreciate you joining me on this group excursion down to the Adriatic Sea, and I'll leave you with some final glamour shots of our destination. Until next time, I wish you blue skies, tailwinds, and I'll see you in the next episode.